Coming up on SFC News, Saints start this season at home to Swansea, an update on the managerial movement and a Polish proposition for the Saints. Starting off then with the Premier League fixtures, Saints have been drawn at home against Swansea on the first game of the season at St Mary's, followed by an away trip to West Ham United, the London Stadium. However, that game will be rearranged due to the Athletics World Championships taking place in the stadium all of August. So the likelihood is our first away game of the season will be Huddersfield to the John Smith Stadium. Following those games then we've got a tie with Watford at St Mary's, followed by an away trip to Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, and looking on paper they are winnable games, but we know nothing is ever won on paper. So our first big test comes on the 23rd of September with the visit of Manchester United. Looking further down the fixture list then, we've been drawn against Tottenham away at Wembley on Boxing Day, and this is going to be an absolute nightmare for public transport, so make sure you do plan well ahead for this one. Fast forward into January then, we've got 4 home fixtures, including a home tie against Brighton and Hove Albion. Looking even further forward then, we're finishing off the season then with a visit of Manchester City at St Mary's, a champions-elect. The season finishes a week earlier than normal due to the World Cup taking place in the summer. Moving along to our next story then, and the potential managerial movement this summer. The longer it continues, we assume that Claude Puel still has a job moving forward into the new season. There's been no official announcement, but we know Claude has met with the board and there's been no details that have been released. But looking at the candidates, a lot of them are flying off the shelf and being snatched up by new clubs. There's only one big name left on the hat, but at the weekend, Gary Monk was installed favourite. He's since signed for Middlesbrough. Roger Schmidt, formerly of Bayer Leverkusen, he's signed for Chinese club Beijing Guoan. And also Claudio Ranieri, a bit of an obscure choice for some of the Saints fans, but he's since signed for French team Nantes, which only leaves one big name left in the hat then, and that is former Borussia Dortmund manager Thomas Tuchel. I've been corrected in my pronunciation, but he's still very much an attractive proposition for the Saints. On to our final story then. It's been emerged that Saints are chasing highly rated Polish centre-back Jan Bednarek. Polish friends, let me know in the comments. But he's a highly rated defender from Lech Poznan. He is a young, hungry defender which will fit the philosophy of the football club and with bags of potential. It's likely that he won't be a replacement for Virgil van Dijk. We just need to strengthen in that area this summer. We've tabled apparently a €6 million bid, but Lech Poznan are holding out until after the European Under-21 Championships, where he's probably due to inflate in value. And you know what, I actually picked this player up on my FIFA career mode quite a while ago, and he went on to become a top player. So if that's anything to go by, then it's definitely a hot prospect for Saints moving forward. So that's it for your SFC news roundup. Let me know if I've missed anything in the comments. What do you make of our fixture list, the managerial movements, and the potential signing of Jan Bednarek? Leave us your likes, your comments, and subscribe for more.